If you have an old 460 International Harvester utility tractor like this one right here, and you need to top off the transmission hydraulic fluid, you don't need to make a full change, just top it off, and you need to know where that check level plug is on the side of the transmission. Well, that's what I'm going to show you on this video, how to open that up and use it to make sure you've got the right amount of hydraulic fluid put back in here. I'm not doing a full change because in a recent video you may have seen where I had a hydraulic fitting come loose and I sprayed oil all over the driveway when I was plowing last winter. I've got to top that off now before I use this today to pull a stump. That check level plug is referenced in my owner's and repair manual, but I haven't found on the internet any videos or any pictures of where that's located on the side or in the books. So that's what we're going to look at today, how to open that up, use it to check level to top this thing off. My name's Fred, and this is Make This Your Project. I'm working in pretty tight quarters here to make this video. I'm going to start here at the top by the fill plug itself, and I'll wipe around that a little bit. I keep this tractor washed up pretty well so it's not too dirty, but you don't want any debris sitting here at the top of this fill plug. When you open it up, you don't want stuff falling down inside that transmission. The filter gets dirty fast enough as it is. 3/4 inch breaker bar or ratchet is the perfect thing for this. I'd already loosened it up, but I'll just show you. You pop that breaker bar in here in the end, and you can work that plug loose. It doesn't take much. I just snug it when I put it back in. Turn that plug out, and that's where the oil goes in. I have to put a small funnel in here. There's not a lot of room to work. Just enough to get a funnel where I can pour the oil in. And what I'm going to add is this Harvest King from Farm & Fleet hydraulic fluid for Case IH to top this thing off. Before I fill it though, I have to know where my fill line is. So I've got just the right amount of oil in there. And that is located down here on the side of the tractor. Starting from the shifter and the seat and just working our way down past the clutch pedal. Right down here on the side of the transmission case is the fill level plug. This little guy right here. Before I take that plug out, I'm going to clean it up a little bit. I don't want to get any debris inside the transmission case. I'll use a little brake and part cleaner. Spray it on there. Hit it with this soft bristle brush. Loosen that up. A lot of stuff gets on there over time. Wipe it off good. Then we could pull that plug. Because it's an old bolt, I've got a 6-point socket on a short extension on a 3/8 ratchet. We're going to just try to work that, get it on there good and break it loose. Came loose pretty easily. I have a pan underneath here, so I'm going to open this up, and based on the fluid I've lost, it should not come out of this hole right now, and it is not. What you do not want to do is remove this larger hex plug right here that it screws into. Leave that intact in the case. If it feels like it's going to move, get a wrench on that and hold it in place while you loosen that check bolt. With that all in position and ready to go, let's start putting some fluid in this thing. Get it topped off. I've already had to replace transmission forks and this shifter forks in this years ago because it was dry. I had bought this tractor used, and although I've replaced the clutches, I hadn't done anything inside, and I don't want to have to do that again. So let's start pouring. This gives me just the right amount of access, and I'm going to keep an eye on that fill plug down there. See if anything starts to run out. I can see that just past where I rest my foot. And it's probably going to take quite a bit. Just do a little at a time so I don't end up with a gusher coming out of that level plug. And I have some oil dripping out. I just made it because my oil supply was starting to get low here, and I didn't want to have to run and buy another one I'll pick some up next time I'm at Farm and Fleet. I'm going to close that back up and we will be ready to start rolling. That concludes this short video. My 460 and I were able to go out, chain up that stump and get it pulled out. We're ready for more action this summer now that the transmission fluid is topped off. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, well, please click like and consider subscribing to my channel. Make this your project so you're notified when I release other videos in the future similar to this. Thank you once again for watching. Work safely, enjoy your projects, and take care.